what could have happened years ago with turbopads. Capcom is back. And Bioware as well. Mr. Thorn ain't dead. Again. The fight goes on with not just arcade stick, turbopads at that. Oh, ain't dead. If you know about any gals and all the gals, the Mount Rushmores. Also Street Fighter 5 as well. Go get it, soldier. And more than just 2K when it comes to the men, the YO and Y, if you know about Choice said Double L, obviously because the original name was right, if you know about SpongeBob, and she changed Detroit because she married Bob Watson III. Sorry, Plankton, but Henny has to learn because SpongeBob has a say in saying is oh, with an arcade stick and turbo. No ligaments in my thumbs either. Pinch nerves at that. Unfair. In your face moment. And if I know about Chun-Li as well, when it comes on the arcade stick and turbo pads, here we go. They're already working on the movie as we speak. Because Mr. Song don't learn because they find a memory. Rock you like a hurricane, if you know about Rainbow. Oh, with arcade sticks to push my thumbs to the limit. You don't learn. Not just arcade, but turbo, you know about pinch nerve. Go get it, soldier. Sucks to be Henny now and in the reviews now on both consoles.
No way.
It's better than being in the water so big. Sound like Henny, obviously. Get right. And if you know about the water and monkey ball, out of bounds.
No way.
Way. And dead.
Sweet shot.
But here's an orthodox, right? Out of bounds or into the rough, into the wall. You don't learn. 2 KOs with the putt, too. You're forgetting is on your offside. You have to curve it. And if you know about heart memos, same thing, same result.
Get left.
Get right. Still out of bounds. You don't learn into the rough. You don't learn. You know you're orthodox. That's solid. Sound like Henny, Cause no parrying full strength and your player points are gone, and it's a rage quit. Loser, soldier. Turtle pad on 9, and most of you'll have the turtle. Still walk because you defy that memory very well. Rock you like a hurricane when it comes to the henchmen in the laters. If I know about the class in Harry Potter, you don't learn. Cursed child for Mr. Song now, aren't we, Mr. Malfoy? And you defy the joint with the psyche very well. Cause he's still chasing while Giannis is chasing his still. Chasing most. I was like, Henny, you don't learn. Well, right where it started. 60, 40, 60. When that win, you don't learn. It's gonna stay there until you put that psyche aside. And here's a war you need to cool down that earth and fire with wisdom when you defy the man with Ryu too much. There's any of the Ryus that I know that's already this good. If it's true, they don't go for the fist for low health either in the mirror match. That's no point to bring you mirror matchups. If he was in a tournament, he's getting the money easy, but he will be the bitter loser of a piece. He's like Plankton and Malfoy. Because Harry Potter has a say. Because you don't do the obvious things. Even when it comes to playing Mr. Omohara of that person, because that Torrance conquering, you just got slayed. Not just in Capcom, but in BioWare as well. In when it comes to contact sports, counting count, you don't learn. Think about that when your play points are gone too. When you rage quit, say I did it against the geek because the title gave it a world title in Hey Projectiles title. And I can say I did it, but you don't do that against the guy. Respect that your player points, whether that's close to 700, zero. Think about that. And if you want revenge in boxing, you ain't gonna get it easy because with and without the gloves too. Then conquering all weight classes and all height classes. You ain't gonna get that revenge easy, Mr. Son, aka Plankton and Malfoy. Because Harry Potter has to say, you know, you got the actual facial feature of Cyrax as well. That's the whole point of these games too. When it comes to every sport from hater, especially when it comes to being great, good and great players in games when they had to win, but now the glory days ain't been 20. It's gonna stay that way until you put that psyche aside. And that's with the cap raise as well. If you know about Mr. Emperor Final when it comes to Cammy's half sister. Mr. Son, you don't learn. Money and XP when it comes to Overdrive, BioWare Golf Street, NFL Street, and NBA Street. You already know who's on the NFL Golf Street, and you already know. Yep, when it comes to teams and dogs, you missed the putt. And that was on my side, offside, because you mistimed it. You didn't curve it like the way you was supposed to. If you know about the President's Cup and all, and Barack Obama's going to be our Phoenix Suns owner for the basketball team, because they're dead.
This should work out great.
Like I was saying about Barack Obama, he's going to be the Phoenix Suns GM. Because their GM got fired, crowd wants out. It's not because of the coach. GM, see what I mean? And then Lamar, with his GM, he wants that GM to be fired. So now I can wait to anybody now when it comes to personality. It's not their coach. It's the boss that loves the most. There's always that one boss of enormous that has a lot of and too much toxicity in the history of discrimination. Biden just passed two bills talking about you would get arrested if you didn't put your hands on anybody that's with any spectrum, try to hurt them. They'll try to all three. That's domestic battery, attempted first degree murder, and most likely battery on special needs. That's with all spectrums. And if you commit it for all three, that's anybody that's racist, that's anybody, counting my uncle that's in grandma's house, that's death row in that metal room for the rest of your days, and you'll literally rot there. I see why he didn't want to play the sport games as far as the man in baseball because you know he's Arabic and that's on Randa White and because no Arabic's racist either. If they are anything, they probably are true. And when it comes to being more in the 90s, any birthday, including my birthday and beyond, because they like us people from the 90s of being Egyptian and Asian because the gene on your perfect example me the book of simplified Chinese in Egypt. She got the older books. She even got the new books now. 50,000 page book, and them books cost money. Because Miss Hans told me a while ago she walked slew-footed. And grandma, she told me she was, and she already told me she was Erica. So I can relate to her, and she's a couple other neighbors. She told me on Messenger a while ago. So yeah. And then with the curse of the chronic over strain, because bad news. And I'm dealing with that on the Hans, and I'm already dealing with hair loss too, as well. Because Goldberg lost his when he just turned 18, and that's when he graduated. He's been bald since then. He made the WWE 2K, but I wasn't surprised he was going to make the end of the buzzer just because he knew what it took, even when he wasn't in the life of the end. He defied both, whether son he is, obviously. Now, as far as the Kevin Owens show edition, Kevin Owens made a case for the slam, the slap of the ear, because he broke Roman Reigns' orbital bone, and he tore the earlobe. Well, I mean, the surgery was up, but the damage is done, so anything that was exposed. And then there was anybody else that would be Kevin Owens because he already exposed that in the War Games match in that 18-weight, 9-weight, first time ever match. Anyway, damage already. Kevin Owens showed it. There's more than just a one-hitter quitter when it comes Love and Thunder. Life without Vince continues, obviously. And Logan Paul made the game for the second straight general manager and wrestler of the year edition because he fought through a level 3 tornado against The Miz. And he told him only he would have to go back to wrestling. You know, he's our current general manager, and he would have to really rehab days because he's right there with arthritis now. After he has successful surgery, and if he gets back into wrestling, he would have to really do rehab while he's working beyond state as a general manager. But anyways, and the Roman made the game, but that's the 15-year anniversary of no years missed, despite that suspension for Bob in the league, since because of failed drug test, and that had that 6 months compared to what a lot of people get in the NFL do, that 6-game suspension or less, depending on how you did it. Because false positive, false negative tests. But the is the perfect example that I think he might be on the move to go to the Ravens possibly. That put the one thing Baltimore over the top. But because Ray already went to the University of Stanford, he took the job now. But he might be an NFL coach going if he leads them to the national title game or bowl game or both. Because he has a great offensive mind. But anybody that is a true Ray, I'm a true, I got other favorite teams, and that's like my uncle that is a Rams, you're not truly hardcore if that's the case. Because in the history of discrimination when it comes to being multiple flags, or especially people that transition out, that's still one of these hater games for 2K and meant hater edition. Watch your words on Sony. Unless you want to get kicked off of Sony, and that's why I see why you didn't want to get. I already knew why. I didn't tell you the reason to your face because if I told you, you would have got triggered by it because you know it's true and it hurts. Just watch yourself when you test anybody that's transitioning the multiple flags that there or define more than 2. Because if you do, that will be your loss for a knockout blow, either in jail or literally get put out of your misery and in jail. Because Biden already passed that bill already. Yeah. And that's domestic battery on any spectrum, and domestic battery and define the discrimination because of the birthday, and you hate that because despite Brandon White being, but I don't know if he was true, he might have been a little bit of both, and I can say that, but he would tell you too, no Arabic, even if they got the race in the gene, is racist. If they end, they probably be your true friends, even when it comes to all birth years. Even when it comes to being a Messiah. Because no Arabic is racist. I tell you that. Because I already know why he don't play the sport games now. You know, on both ends if he had to, because he's a racist. And a severe one. Think about that when you're in jail and then you get beat, put out your man get beat. Yeah, what I did on Key was, and Grandma was true. The things I said I did, obviously, but she was too manipulative. Sorry. And O'Keefe didn't tell about his death, honestly, he's been dead for 3 months, because knowing he was trying to put his hand, it wasn't going to end well. If it was a lot belly to belly suplex through the glass table. Remember when they said the WWE don't do it? Oh, you can do it at home if you got a glass table, which could have been his fate and his only L. He wondered how he lost. Belly to belly, you're 450 pounds. I'm close to 170. Because it took me a minute to get back to 170. I had to cut waffles on my diet so I could eat waffles. I just can't eat waffles every day, like the way I used to. And even if it's the last thing in anybody's house, if I have to eat it, it can't be every day. It had to be in between. That was the reason I got those in Donald and Guido's master. Now I'm transitioning to another fight now. If he was allowed to see it, I might make on the wrestling belly to belly. And was your only L. Even the gods could fall when it comes to pain, because now they're calling it belly to belly. If you know about Big E and Bear, belly to there and down, I've been wiped off permanently because you're only L to me. And knowing I had Asperger's, so I belly to belly through that glass table, and I wasn't going to replace that either. Because glass costs money. Especially when it comes to those tables. Belly to belly, even in my spirit, belly to belly. And I lost the hard way. And you would have lacerations in your back and your chest and your arms, because that glass would have been in your arms. Think about that. Soldier. And then I think the younger brother probably said how. Soul that dragon and the Egyptian, if you know about the Hutchins and Hans and Grandma Cat and Miss Hans. Belly to belly. And then Grandma had the nerve to call Miss, you don't want that one. Your two said she's only close to, not that far from me, close to 170 round off. 5 foot, you're 5'2". Belly to belly, and you're 260 and she's 170. I'm David, I'm Gladiator, I'm a Xena. Soldier in Teen Titans Go. So much for that. Even in golf at that too. Because yeah, Atari was on golf. It was, but this is not. This is Bioware and 2K. Even when it comes to, because we know how to conquer that belly to belly. Conquer her, Miss Bite. So much for your son in YouTube. Got belly to it. Absolutely got slayed by her if you was able to meet her. You don't want that smoke. And y'all two need to cool off that hostility with wasn't Miss White, since y'all Leo, she's an Aquarius. Even in golf, she know how to conquer you because most wins as an 80-plus-year-old. And I'm about to show you the information about that shortly. Because the person that was born the same time as Miss, and I think she was born in the middle of summertime, but I think Aries. But yeah, belly to belly. Total downs when it come down to golf too. Miss White, you don't learn. Even when it comes to wrestling, this is not Atari. Belly to belly. If I was born belly to belly to you, even when I'm 170, I'm belly to belly. Because age is not, no, you bucket there. Because Natalia's not that far from being 50 years old herself, because 46-year-old. Anybody can relate to that personality and relate to type of any of the guys when it comes to 46-year-olds, when it comes to water signs. The show goes on. I got this. Miss White, you don't burn again. Absolutely crushed it. In NBA, in 2K, in every game. Absolute ultimate roaster edition when it comes to roasting water, son. You need to cool that off. Miss White. Cannot conquer you when it comes to Capcom as well. That's the whole point of these arrows you see. Yeah, I already had a DNR. It just took me a minute to bring it stick. I had to change my password, obviously. But I had DNR for the one, and I had to add my other accounts too. That's the whole point. Character, define your personalities. Yin and yang, not just the yin when you're the F-yes. And she's number one sign, follows her sign, called manipulative. And she was controlling too, and she didn't know how good she had it with Grandpa Hutchinson, aka Bardock. If you know about Dragon Ball Evolution, the movie in the games for Fighter Z Part 1 and 2. And 2's already on our mind, that's out next. Coach can't tell me nothing on Storm 5. Pictures what happened on Storm 5 because automatic suicide. Because she blew herself to bits, but the final grandmother because she wouldn't let me drink Pepsi. More when it comes on the life or death, because the way you drinking coffee right now, you're going to end up killing yourself. And once you're dead, Uncle Andre has nowhere to go. Because if you don't pay off the rent for the house, he is literally homeless. And most likely will be in jail. Heartbeat moment. About the heartbeats, if you know about that. Hell, like Tsunami and Chun-Li the Mr. Song with Cyrex, meet with Gwen. Hell! And I chipped it in for both when it comes to overdrive. Unfair too. The engineer. Even when it comes to Mother Nature, especially when it comes to them winds in it when it's raining, when it's snowing. They're paying you double-digit year deals to play in that type of, especially in basketball, and they should be doing that in the WNBA. They give you double-digit, they should be giving you more than $8 million. That's a lot of money, but it's chump change these days. Yeah, I had a strike on this account, but this guy, like, it's not there like a Fruit Ninja because the strike window is still there, though. But they might take it away after 90 days because that's what's said on YouTube. Honestly, honestly, 90 days before that strike goes, it's still there, but they can remove it if I don't commit the same strike for the same thing I did a while ago. I'll tell you about that story later, obviously, but yeah. On the prowl for Eagle on a par 5. On Byware and 2K and Gulf Street. All Byware. Burn Revenge Remastered. Go get it. Go get it. It's in the rough so bad. Chun-Li and dead. It's not in day so bad. And still a birdie train. Wasn't no Eagle now, par 5. Missed it. It's a par so bad. Buddy, like, Chun-Li and Luke, you don't learn. If anyone identifies the kings to all the great kings out, including the true tribes, you don't parry full strength, rating 4 overkill. Absolutely crushed it. Your health, even when it comes to being stunned too, compared to you don't learn. This is like Henneke. He is orthodox either point or into the rough out of bounds. And if he's out of bounds, plus 10 give up on BioWare 2K and Wii Sports Golf and Wii Sports Golf Resort on Nintendo Switch to give up when it comes to playing the henchman in the leaders. And too many putts at that. That was beyond a 10 putt. That was beyond 5. That was 10 or 13 putts, and that's beyond a putt. That's plus 16. Ouch. That stings when it comes to having putts on your side.
Play it safe down the fairway. Here are two options to choose from. Knock this right down the pipe.
And only you get the 400 yards, you going beyond a 9.5 driver. That's a 10.5 driver if you know about BioWare and 2K. Almost 600 yards by Troy of my personal type was both personalities. People that want to meet sooner than later. Anybody will want to meet those people when it comes to the fine Egyptian in Asia. Anybody want to meet when it comes to the glory days in Capcom. Who wouldn't want to meet those people that, Troy's going to be on the Wild and Wild Wild edition. Because she was born with a cold. She dates Bubba Watson the third. And she's already in the American Iroquois, Cherokee, and a couple other names. So if she had also go to the university, she just chose to go to Jersey. But if she had a choice to go to that, had been fighting Trojans, but USC. But she chose Virginia Tech. If you know about Michael Vick, you know she's Orthodox. Virginia Tech. Gotta look up the mascot, but yeah. More than just the men's, the women's when it comes to dealing with discrimination and envious bosses affect every job, including the job I'm doing. I think my father for that very well. And Miss Hines too, and all Hines that got their degrees in graphic arts. Because more, even if you're not the perfect artist, but you can define that by saving actual pictures from Deviant art. I already had that since 2012. I think when I had my most recent from the 5, and I had I had made more accounts for DeviantArt, so I used my retro. I added the other accounts to fire those personalities. Cause the whole point of character creation. But anyways, and I had Twitch since 2016. And that's when I added Mr. Coons, and I followed Mr. If I added him through the app on the channel on YouTube on fighting games. But it was one player he played. It was against the Ray, and he was already and he rage quit obviously because he backed out. Because soon he beat him out. I told Harold he don't make that, but he got triggered by it because he lost. He kicked him. I saw the replay when he was making his personal trade. He kicked him out. I said, and he was last. And I think he meant to say Draco was right because I changed my gamer tag name on YouTube, obviously. Wrong where I changed my current. It was my current gamer tag for Sony. I changed it to Draco. He said Kyle was right because that's the whole point of social media. Kyle was right. Well, he called me Draco, but he knows my real name now. But I changed my real name because of the history of people's accounts getting hacked, and I had to update the PS Trophies app because of the password hacks. But yeah. That's what I mean when it comes to the all-time greats. And the Mount Rushmore when it comes to every game for BioWare 2. The Mount Rushmore Undisputed GOATS edition. For every, if you know about Arnold Sorenstein. And the person that just died on Christmas Day that has the most money made, men's or women's, and most wins, and fifth most power, and she was one of the few players to compete in the LPGA, and a lot of people, including that girl I'm about to show you, that was a British first player to win a major in the LPGA. In LPGA, that's the whole point. You want to come to racial discrimination. Careful with that channel because of the music in the background for that one house because it might warn me. I have to be careful on the channel instead. Find the one. This one I'm trying to find. Hold on, give me a second. Hold up, I'm trying to find the swings. Hold up. Cause a lot of girls some of the girls, even the friends are trying to get him in trouble just cause one of the girls he dated was already related to a current NFL player. I'll talk about that story later. But yeah, a lot of girls are trying to get him in trouble just cause, and the current girl that I think that was a friend when he was in his prime too, when he almost went into the military, yes, was trying to get him a lot of girls trying because he has the girl and has the money. If a sign you don't date, if it's a girl or a man, any of its multiple flags, you don't date over videos. The sign you don't see for the zodiac signs you see on the groups, channels you see on Instagram or for videos, the worst matchup when it comes to conquering them in a fight. Cause even when it was raised right, they know how to be toxic. Because the word you don't say over here, I know about James' friend because he's on the baseball team. You watch your words, boy. Even when you say that word, somebody will smack you, and I'll be the one that capitalize. I will smack your face in, literally to oblivion. I ain't joking. I'm dead on serious. I ain't a threat. That's a promise. And it's the number one sign when it come down to hostility, because as soon as you just try to give them a chance to redeem themselves, even when they on their team for the respect, they find a way to ruin it or ruin your vibe. They're the number one falls the vibe killers. If falls the water, the number one is the Leo. Manipulative when it comes to royalty, and obviously, and they know about the extremely selfish beyond us earth signs. For any of the earth, and that's any count mind anybody that is a Taurus, honestly. They're extremely selfish. Because they want what you want and they hate you because you got the glory days and they don't no more. About to show you this short clip. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to about to find it in a minute. Watch what happens. Because it's the whole point of the games I grew up on, including the instant replay when it comes down to that, when it comes to graphic arts. Absolutely crushes so much for a plantar fasciitis. And I'm done with that now because all the walking and shopping I did going back, and now I'm done with that now. They said the corner had a plantar off his left or right foot. Even if he wasn't in car accidents or not, you have to walk a lot. And if you're walking swiftly, they said the bruise, if it's black or dark black, yeah, you're dealing with possible predator. Because the curse of the Hudson and Hines gene. But anyways, yeah, just saw him hit a 600-yard drive. So much for a plantar fasciitis, left or right foot. Unfair. And still the girl that goes when they come down the cat calls if you know about water sound on fire side. Pay attention to what Phil Mickelson just said. What he's doing, that Naruto is doing, he's on his side. It's unfair for any North American sport. Because to fight through injuries like that, yeah. And the plantar fan, that's on his right foot, yeah. I'm dealing with my foot and that bruise, yeah. No car accident, but yeah. Look at all the walking and shopping that I do, yeah. One of the greatest North Americans we have ever seen. And I'm a Bron fan. I got the shoes. I was in Bron fan, but anybody that is a Bron fan, Mr. Francis, Tuck was still the go to ghost when it comes to the Mount Rushmore, when it comes to the evolution of age. Because Bron's yet to miss any years. Yeah, he's outplayed Jordan, but as far as the titles, it would have been 5-1 if it wasn't that bone called by the ref. Yeah. Because refs find a way to ruin certain things these days. And that's what, but as far as the gut of girls falls, and the reason why we got girls in sports now. Because certain men refs don't pay attention these days. Because remember his ball speed, remember when he was 255, his ball speed when it came to actually crushing balls on power force, his ball speed was 199 miles an hour. This exit ball, as he falls to apex, that was 190 feet. He was absolutely torching them balls, making them balls look small. But now he has to stay 185 now because of that history of being that way. He was much nimble. I was 132. But that was when I had my own job, obviously. But I was very nimble then for that weight, but I had to cut walls. I mean, I still eat walls. I just can't eat walls as much as I used to. If it's the best thing as anybody's, I can't eat it every day like the way I used to. Even with the blood type I have currently. And I have to, if I keep doing it, I have to drink multiple gallons of water. 2 and 2 is so big. Absolutely crushed it. They're dead. And the ball speed is still there. Absolutely crushing it. So much for a plant tall fast when it comes to walking or dealing with anything that's involving cars and no cars. The Irish don't even know about that guy. Rory or almost made the game twice, 2015 and 2018. And Johnstown made the one for 2K21, the Baller edition and the Year 1 edition. Absolutely crushed it. Damn. Soul of the Egyptian soul of the Korean, because he is Korean, same race as Kamara, but I'm Asian Egyptian guys on the Han side, and Erica on the Hudson, and I had to find out from her that she was Erica herself too. And a couple other names. And the new me continues without no medications.
Americans Justin Thomas and June.
Trying to find the clip. Hold up, give me a second. I'll find it in a minute. I'm about to show you all the channels. Cause I was at when you saw my subscription, that was 4,600, and I freed up older ones. Cause I had ones that were over 2 decades old. A lot of current channels I had, but some of the consoles that were over 2 decades, I had to remove and replace them. I'm about to find the clip. See why age is nothing but a number of the kind of games I grew up shooting Capcom as well. Second. As soon as I find the clip, I'm about to find it in a minute. A second. That was when I made that fifth and final cut to find was saying now the Gore days continue on Xbox for me because Sam is going to be out of a job. If you saw my shorts on my account, because what Sam House didn't need the infinite internet, the infinite discount, that wasn't the issue. Just that when only thing he did was add also straight the PS3 version, all the games and Avatar and Apex. That's the only thing I can say he did other than the SIE games, including Ratchet and Clank. But other than the one game he had to shut it down, that's the one thing he did right because one of the games was older than the console itself and the studio itself for that studio. So pass for that. But as far as any the other games, yeah, he effed up. Because we just lost our first CEO and we lost the middle to retirement of resident. Most likely he retired because his contract was up and expired. But yeah. And then we're going to have all our current executive CEO is female, and our new person that's came into a lot of things, and the things that were not there for the Warner Brothers, including the one when I got returned, it's going to be reinstated. And the reason why the whole point of having a Warner Brothers account when it comes to more account, because they give you all these add-ons free. And when you get XL or the Ultimate Edition for 11, that includes the Year 1L or the other add-on that includes the storyline when you take out the dude that took out what's his name? Shane Sung, you had to take him out because he's trying to ruin certain things. Even when you trust him, he finds a way to betray it. a second. The reason why I'm standing up obviously because the camera kind of when I was trying to show the clip honestly, because of course Senator Tim's going to talk about that later, but anyways. I'm about to show you all the channels I followed from this month and a couple months and now once I find this clip. Why age is not when it comes to games I grew up on, especially when it comes to as a Christian in Bassans because the middle name I got thanks to Grandma White, sadly. And being baptized with the person that Grandma White hates. Because you're just the Catholic. I found out through other means. You'd be lucky even to 100 plus years old if you get that far. But because what you did to a lot of people, you might die early. And I'm not wishing it either. But anyway, that was the ifest. And knowing you had your son too, that was the ifest. He was supposed to until he was 100 years old, almost 96 years old. Like I said it again, 96, but that didn't happen. He was in the life of a murderer. And a fighter because honestly, he didn't think he can get conquered and get tamed. But if I was when I was ousted out of the house, if I was like, sure, if he wasn't, but yeah, belly to belly. And I'd have been wiped off from the house entirely. And then I think the younger said, how? You know now, Uncle Andre, now. Got belly to belly. Don't do it on the but we can when it comes to a glass table. And his body temperature was not at 100% dent. It didn't get to 100 into the middle jam, but that's when I was fighting off sickness myself. And I don't think it was COVID-19, and it wasn't COVID-19. I knew what it was. Because if that was the case, I would not have gone to taking initiative out of it, maybe isolate, but it wasn't. It was probably dealing with a reaction from one of that ointment I got a while ago. That name, but I had to be careful getting that one now because of the history of certain grades triggering a stomach allergy. But I was able to persevere through that. Because he criticized me for taking stuff, including stealing pizza. Like one time he got pizza and he said it was big. I said, I knew because you would have knew because the bag would have had air in it, and I knew I didn't do it because Grandma White gave me that leftovers from dinner she made a while ago, and I knew I didn't do it. And I already knew who did it was fine, his kid, obviously. And I had to take the blame for that, but not again this time. And Ben, I had to owe money to that man because if you know what it takes to me, he complained about a lot of he complained about food. He wasn't like, I hated when it came to food, just that if I didn't tell him honestly, he would go to violence or steal something and say, well, that'd have been grand theft. You stole something from your family member. And then you put your hands because you did that. Too much envy. If he was alive playing the NBA 2K, the hater edition, and he the foster dream very well. Because too many technical and favorite files. Because you don't think he can get slayed. You just got slayed in the WWE belly to belly. And I used my physical body control. If he was alive in my spirits too, alive and dead, which he is, and you got slayed, and you'd have made that face right during, and you got the actual grave like he does. He's not 40. He just looks 50. Draymond because he's about to set the overall NBA for most times breaking the record set by Rasheed Wallace, one of the Wallace brothers. Right, he's the honor to be on the hater because of that. And his period is the lowest it's been since he would have been a first round pick. But because of that hostility of a Taurus, reason why he went in the second round. Otherwise, he was a first round grade. Fine, quick hold. Because I was already going to get the control. I told you I was already going to say it's actually a power, but it has a cat buttons on it. I'll show you that in a minute. And this one's worth it because I defied this very well because the evolution of power and kind of age, especially when you transition to another fight or force yourself because of multiple deaths. Or why people can be born because I told you I already started that. Told you that. Sue has doing mantra is the perfect example of that. The person that roasted Mr. Bell was at the start. Oh man, because he calls the East the least control and calls the West the best conference. I said, well, Mr. Bell, since you do get credit with other amount, you will be a starter, but you will be an honest role because you're just a scorer in ball team. You're not even dunking. And if you are dunking, you're using your lower toe, not your upper toe. Is a better dunker than you because he's saying as LeBron. And he's using upper and lower torque. Chip Players is using lower torque only. And then Scuba conquering in the story. Again, he's probably gonna conquer. Oh man. And Ben, if he put the sense of Ramon's business out, put put his 2 cents where he was not put when it comes to the media, obviously. He has 2 JoJo in his house, but I saw his house. He has 2 JoJos, no lie about it. But he's on the hater because of things you just don't get in people's business. But he does get credit when it comes to the Russian. He's a chance of it's on the hater edition because he played multiple sports and his return played multiple sports. But he don't want to mention that he's better than Tony Gonzalez, who was chasing that title in the AFC West. And you didn't get that title easy because it's not just about you, it's about a team effort, not just one player, one franchise player. Soldier. It's about a team of not just one player. And that's all we did for us putting that picture of that. But Yami, American Yami Institute has a say when it comes to the mushroom. Mr. Sharp of that Bronco. Yeah, he's from Georgia, but he's not. But he'd be a very good president, though. Unlike Herschel Walker, has multiple kids. He's not a great football player, not a great president. Because he's racing and he had 2 kids himself. Think about that for a second. Sure, you never had kids in the first place then. If you went in the life of a racist. Think about that. Great football player, but not a good father when it comes to being racist and biased. And you had 2 kids yourself, Mr. Wall. Great football player, don't know why about it, but not a good president. Sorry to say, it's what it is. It's what I know. He would not be a boss either. And that's any job because of that hostility. Because he would say the words you don't say, and if he's not saying it, he's saying, watch your words. These are Capcoms, no one good. Yeah, I found out about the song. They didn't even mention it for the game. That was unfair. You know, Sega got back onto the scene because Sega Dreamcast 2 and Genesis 2. And that took a minute. And they already working on Shimu 4, 5, and 6. As we speak, another ninja gotten to find me and Miss Songbird who also wants to wear a ninja. Because we already born a weapon because of our genes on our great and grandparents in the father's side, yeah. One who wants to wear a ninja. Not just in our, but Ninja Gaiden. Even if it's sweet footed, like Tsunami and all, so big, and Sasuke, so big. When I added around, I knew somebody was going to meet, you know, she was already born because her father dated a black man, so I know she was born with, so she's already hyped there on who wants to wear a ninja. And she's already a weapon, Samurai Dragon. She not, but if she defies any, it's a fighter, obviously. I'm praying today, fastest, yeah. Phil, don't think of other black Asian. And if she does it the way I think she does it, like of my personal opinion, and then calm right down because that was easy breaking. Well, I'm fully breaking out with anger of a normal nostalgic. Hold this for me, and then walk away to find if you know what you see those people you see that sort of calm down after anger, fastest, and then calm down. Nothing to it. Phil, don't think bastards. Like I said, the Diego versus and the guys, including Still Daddy and Uncle Bill Howard as well, was hyped more. What could have happened in 2010 with Turbo, the evolution of Turbo in arcade, so it just wouldn't want you to use it. But now you can use it for every console. Go get it, soldier. Now, like I said, all the readers are in trouble now, including the readers that I know that could, including Henny himself. It's not too late for you, but it's a chance to prove yourself if you don't do the odds and the final memories, bro. Otherwise, rating 4 overkill. Rock you like a hurricane. Even on 6 nights at Freddy's and Sunday on Ultra Street Fighter 5, April 15, 2024. Still, if you know about Freddy and me of Michael Myers and Jason, he still kills it in the games I grew up on. Even the kind of come with and without the gloves and boxing. It's back. The game's the rage when counting that game too. Crusher would tell you, honestly, and I told him I would essentially once you get Sony, honestly, if it's PS4, if a challenge is accepted. And if you get PlayStation Plus actual death, he would get put in because of the infinite internet and the avatars, including the Fight Night Round 4 and Champion 2 avatars of your personalities. Even when it comes to every hand, when it comes to all height and weight classes. Infinite internet. It's worth it because of those Avatar back, but it's not worth it because of what Sam Howell is fired. Done. Not this year. It's going to be next year when he's gone. And it's well deserved because our middle CO retired because of contract. Other person got fired, but it wasn't because of what Sam Howell was. It was something else. But anyway. And then the end of the console war, it's probably going to be still bananas back as far as the membership, but the Xbox series that they already went on the Series C and X, if that has the elite, they're kind of getting 100% because Major Nelson, Phil Spencer Jr., and Bill Gates catered into the image when you get 100% on the games you grew up on, including on Square Enix. And they already working on the Final Fantasy trilogy. Rebirth, the Part 1 Rebirth, and then Regalia, the Ultimate Square Enix Edition, Anniversary Edition. And when it comes to find that achievement, whatever that number is, achievement in that gold trophy, yin and yang when it comes down to the unsung hero and villain titles you see on Soul Calibur and Capcom. And then the one that defies anybody that gets 100% on Xbox, streamy hardcore gamer title. And then the one you see, the Gamer Appears title. And then multi-talented title. Because of your family members' genes when it comes to in-laws and your great-grandmother and grandmothers. Probably the reason why Grandma White hates Grandma Cat and Grandma Hines, because they were better grandmothers than you. And they had gold and kept their golden childs out of trouble since you said that much your son, please. And what it should have been, your golden short should have been your daughters, but you didn't give them credit where credit is due. Oh, my stuff. But anyway, that's the whole point of the haters when it comes down to that, because you hate yourself. You watch your words when it comes down to being a bias too, as well when it comes to multiple facets. Otherwise, you don't want that smoke. And your worst matchup for any fire sign is an Aries and Taurus, especially when you're your age too. You don't want that smoke. Phil, don't think when it comes to a slap and a punch and a kick. Hold this for me and then walk away. If you know about them people that sell them cookies, walk away. That was nothing to it. It's nothing but no. That's why. And then your loss, the way your son was about to take it, he was like belly to belly. And then you brought with the black market from the house altogether because his own loss, even the girls could fall, even in WWE and basketball. You absolutely got slayed, son. And I talked to him even when I'm sleeping in my spirits, what sure should have happened. Belly to belly. Yeah, you probably the black market from the house more than because I did that. And it's only L. He wanted how. You know now. You know, he's not dead to see it. But yeah. Belly to belly. If you know about bigger in bed, belly to belly. If you know about the name I got from my B would be if you know about that in the wrestling. Belly to belly. Double E, and yes, I got triple E. Because my middle name has an E because of Grandma White. E because of my last name because of Grandma White. And then E because of, and then Tate, if you know about the movie Carver Tate, triple E when it comes to Immortal. Heaven and Hell, if I know about Dante, Nero, and Trish, can't conquer me. Even in Atari at that, even when it comes to getting others, even if this is bad, I know how to slay you to the rack. Absolutely crushed it over you. I'm David, I'm a Xena. I'm Russell Crowe when it comes to Gladiator. Absolutely slayed you to the rim. It's nothing but no. That's fine. But now the Kong Skip Bayless as well. Oh man, as well. Hater edition. Oh, he's a starter in the NBA, but a scorer and defender only, but not a shot blocker. And if he is, he's doing it with lower torque only, not upper torque. He's doing it with both. Yeah. And I give him credit. Even if he was in the slam on Israel, I give him out of that's out of respect. And if you switch with my offhand or not, which is my hand, the good hand, because my father was a southpaw, and I found out was Wallace, if you know about double L. And I found out Miss Hines has two middle names, but her first middle name is Egyptian. Her other one is religion related, but yeah, double, whatever her first name, double I. Probably is why Grandma White hated Miss Hines. Because you don't want that smoke. Too much image. She's a better princess than Queen than you because she raised her kids right. And it's one person that should be saying the golden child when it comes to her grandson, especially when to find me of the Hines in Hutchinson could transition. And she found me on it, found that out too. I don't know if it was her, but because I went from 28 subscribers when I was going to almost 60. And I'm probably gonna be at 61 because I thought people that needed help setting up the menu on Sony. Because a lot of people gonna be getting PS4 now. That's counting anybody that has Nintendo Switch, including the regular one. If you know about Master Door, Beyond Master, the word Master. Can't conquer me of young if you know about Miss Key. Know about Brianna as well. when it comes to rage quitting. And it comes down to the tag door games at that. If I know what it takes to be, and I wish to be able to still keep giving and keep giving beyond a second chance. And it's not just luck too; it's a blessing in disguise. If I know about games of rage quitting, Capcom sure should be knowing, and wasn't going to be surprised was going to win Game of the Year because #1 game. Even if anybody has PlayStation, put the Infinite and anybody that has extra, because things you don't do when it comes to those men with Ryu, that's counting Henny as well. Because if you do that, rating 4 automatic KO Soldier with a turbo NR, you can't conquer them. And it is a ranked match. Your player points went from 600 to 0 if you rage quit. Loser. Their revenge ain't gonna get it easy in the SpongeBob games either. With me either, even in boxing as well. Got conquered. You absolutely got dominated. Soldier. You already know who played the SpongeBob. He was Wow himself, the person that played the SpongeBob. The person that played that Sandy was from the country too, as well, not from Texas, different part of it. Yeah. Can't conquer. Beef. Even when it comes to not being on medications no more now. New me continues. Cause we're to 160 years old as a persona in question since ground is the cap, showing us to 107. Same age as me. If I was Christian, just the one, yeah. Karma doesn't hit you, I will. Heaven in hell, but the thing I posted from the name test. But since I'm Christian in persona, if you want to give me the middle name, I've lived to 170 years old, might live to 2 centuries. Heaven and hell. If I know what all the hell I have endured over the years with medication and then dealing with colorblindness, because I got sworn I had that's one moment prefer that I'm dealing with my right knee popping because I got hit by that person. And I'm still, it's just that, and my flat foot hasn't flared up as much because I wore those Quizmat and domino enhancers when I was working then. So lucky I did get those when I did to keep my feet from flying up. The damage is already done to my left foot because of plantar fasciitis. I'm dealing with that now. And it's level 1 because of the bruise, and it's intermediate bruise. And Ty was dealing with that now. He might have to wear an M on an underarm, and if he signs with that contract, it was because of that. And Ramon might sign with that too. That was the one to give him that because insurance policy and being on all the commercials that Justin Fields, all the food sponsors and the top tier foods. I was going Subway, Burger King, and then Under Armour. And we must protect this house when it comes to the lower extremities, especially when it comes to strains or sprains or partially torn ligament, even if it's not the PCL or anything. But you get the idea. And I saw the game it was, but they left Sega off the list. I don't know why they did that. It made me very upset. I never played the Sonic the Hedgehog because the Sonic the Hedgehog, if you know about the movie and the game for Sega Trans, now that Sega is back on the horizon and the Dreamcast is on the horizon now. Family that gets PS3 now, if they have extra, now they can play Capcom forever when it comes to conquering the rigs, even counting Henny himself. Rating 4 overkill if you do that. Simpleton if you do that. That's the one. Remember the memories when it comes to Ryu. Because Hero, if I know about the memory, can't conquer him as a demon, good and bad, if you know about Diego with that. Because we know how to slay it. Trying to find it quick. Give me a minute. Trying to find it. Coming up onto a cut. Low point of evolution when it comes to games, especially when it comes to the evolution of life, death, and survival situations, especially when you live past 100 years old. If I was just Christian, would have been 107, if you know about that thing I posted on it. But since I'm Christian, it was songs because of Miss Hines, but I reached around grandma, I hate Miss Hines. I live until almost 2 centuries, that's 170 years old. If anybody has a score, they live until 190. Whatever versions they are, because they didn't deal with heaven back. They didn't deal with hell, and they dealt with heaven because they didn't try to off the scenes from work, obviously. Better than most, and if you know about the seed, for anybody that is a scorer, that's anytime, including my birthday, any birthday. Clutch, if I know about my saver, clutch better than most when it comes to life or death situations. Clutch better than most, even when it comes to the Borderlands game, the chaotic great game I'll be getting on both consoles. In the chaotic, and I will probably get the ultimate legendary Ball Hunter edition for 3, since I got the 20 on PS4 right now. Beyond the legendary Ball for eternity, but that's chaotic great, especially when it comes to design, especially when it comes to freezing up the raid bosses. Special content edition. And I know what it takes to find Dante and the other person, heaven and hell. Chaotic, great addition when it comes to life or death. If I know about God of War right now, and the final two gods they are working on now, but they're using Afterlife, but they're using it in Romanian turn. And they found is honestly they're going to focus on Killzone from here on in the other games. Because Kratos want the wife going back to the movie in the current games, and now your death could be next because obviously you don't take care of everybody, you don't want to get no surgery, you don't want to eat. You keep binge eating, that's not the way to survive. And Kratos warned him, the same way in the movie, warned you firsthand. He didn't wish it either. He was wondering it was what it is what we know. And his memory too, the same way from my father, if nobody was. Karma doesn't hit you when it comes to being more than I don't know if he's a psalmist. And he probably was. And I don't know if he was Christian. If he was Christian, that would be the other question. I forgot. There's so many questions, it's ridiculous. Karma doesn't hit you up until 100 plus years. I will. Conquer me. Because when I'm going around, I said, could say I had my own smile. I said, no, I don't have the Hutchinson smile. I had that Hans smile. You know now. That was the one that I said Uncle Keith agreed to, was on my side for that. He said, you don't have the Hutchinson smile. He had the Hans smile. If you see his pictures, yeah, he got that Hans smile. You just hate on that. That was the one that I could say Uncle Keith agreed with me on. And I was roasting him, and I was roasting him, even when it came to hostility in a fighter, because what could have been belly to belly. And that'd have been his only loss. Wondering how he got slayed. Sold the Egyptian and the dragon. If I know about the Hans gene and the smile. Yeah, I got the Hutchinson deep voice, but I got the Hans smile because Grandma said you were just hating on her. Because I got that smile from Grandma Hans and Grandma White. No, not Grandma. Grandma Hans and Aunt Goldie and my father's dead. You just a hater. And if royalty, no royalty takes money from anybody and manipulative, your sign's number one sign for a reason. Because what you was about to do to me was going to get you a domestic battery charge. And that would have been my right. And you was a former cop. Because no cop of a grandmother puts a metal rod. You know, and I dealt with abuse in the past. All from you. And it was you was about to be on. It was for a long period. I dealt with abuse going back to my school even now. But yes, I still had that swelling from my eyes to this day. They told me I was 2/3 colorblind, around I was 70% colorblind. 60% colorblind, but around 70%. Because 6 is higher than 5. But yeah, chronic knees, but my foot hasn't flared up as much, but the damage is done on my pointer because of intermediate bruise. I got a bruise on my right, but I ain't dealing with a dumb, just dealing with a muscle. So, because Tiger was dealing on the right foot because of those accidents and that swing he had too when he was 255 pounds. But anyway, because the effort when it kind of went in and down and good his match, especially when you transit into multiple flags. Or would be born that way, because I already started and I'll say it again. I told Grandma too, even when I was there, you hate me because I got the Hans, I don't have the Hutchinson smile. I damn sure don't want to have yours. Because if you got that smile, that's the boy smile. I found out you had 2 last names before you got married. You got that smile of heaven and hell, it ain't good. At least I do have the Hans smile, you respect that too. And I got the Hutchinson deep voice, which could have been if you didn't mess up with Grandfather Hutchinson. A.K.A. Bardock. Because you know how good you had it too. Think about that. If you know about Kagura and Storm, all the Storm games, including Storm 5, the ultimate, beyond like the ultimate in doubt, and then the Moles edition, I told anybody that plays the game, the trailer came out in August, and the game comes out. Kagura dies on this one. If anybody defies the Ifis of Moderate, dies on that. But if Moderate wasn't just the Ifis, though, he was another religion. But Ifis, he defied 2 different ones of Christian, but Ifis is the worst one, if you know about Burns. But Burns took care of his kids, though. But anyways, but he was taking orders from a lot of other people. But anyways, get to that later. But anyways, it defies Moderate because they're the Ifis. Don't wear the yin if you're going to a funeral. Bury the arm, burnt the ashes, not. And if you define the yin because heaven and hell, if you're defined one side, if you got more than one letter in your name, more than 2 or 3 letters, yeah, you define. You can wear the white or black. Trust me, you don't wear the black if you're just defining the Ifis and a narcissist. Yes, you can wear the white if you define with any water sign and earth sign. One, the food sign defines earth and water, species, but you don't wear the red yin if I know about Buddy because we know how to conquer that in Capcom. Cause I saw Haynes when he was playing the return and said, "You're trash." I said, "No, you're not trash when it comes to read. Your winning percent was 40, almost 73, which was impressive, but now you're 70-40 now, backwards. And if you kept rage quitting or kept losing or rage quit, your play wasn't down to none again. To the point you with the 5, which Calm just said that person that just made that quit that illusion, because the F1 said respect that too. And a loser, soldier. And if you want that revenge, you ain't gonna get it easy in the SpongeBob games either. Especially when it comes to the card games and any game on any console, including tablet, then you're gonna lose the hard way. Want that revenge, you're gonna have to get it in boxing, but you have to learn that you ain't gonna be able to tame me when it comes to weight and height classes either. To the point you got me as a tribute, you don't want to play me though, but you respect me too, as well. And that Brazil could Donald with Cammy's half sister as well. Can't conquer Mr. Final, even called it soldier as a patriot and born a weapon, same way with Miss Song. Can't conquer them, even when it comes to being a fighter as well. Gonna take me a minute to find the clip. I was trying to find it. Hold up. There we go. Found the channel. Here we go. You don't see no, I don't got the notification because the one I saw for the highs, I had to be careful because the music is playing. I had to be careful. But anyways, if you know about the person, I just Troy Seaman, I saved images for it as well because she dates Bubba Watson the third, and she's already three. I just told you, Eric Klein, me, and Grandma Cat, and Miss Hines, and she's two out there. She had also go to the U.S. She just said no. And had also to go to the university because she said no to both, we're close to her city because she is interracial because Black, Native American, obviously full-blooded, and most likely Samoan because she is from that city. She's chose to go to Virginia Tech instead. It wasn't because the money was there, honestly, and the scholarship was just there. She said no. Even if I did, I'd have been. She said no to it because it was a good reason to it because even if I did, I'm carrying that team because I'm a goat. Even when I was born with a mini scope hormones, I got to keep it clean. Got to be careful saying the D word, but yeah. Better than most when it comes to going to your home ground. So that's the whole point of the mascots you see, obviously. Because motivation and obviously inspiration. And dead. Here we go. And if I know about choice and when it comes down to Chun-Li and Tsunade, even in games I grew up with Kun Shinobi Striker in Revolution in generations when it comes to being a Roman new on the Hutchinson and outside. We come to the smile in the deep voice. Okay. Get clip lag. Okay. Here we go. And dead. Thank you, White Troy Simons. If I know about Chun-Li and Chun, oh, absolutely crushed it, but his ball speed went down. It was 1 inch down to 144, but still has that exit velocity. If you know about that, sponsored by Amazon and all the top tier restaurants, Amazon and all the top tier body waters as well, including Old Spice, Axe, Irish Spring, and so many other ones. And Degree can't conquer me with a kind of age, nothing but a number when it comes to living until 100 plus years and surpass beyond Granny Chip 171 outlook grandma wide. Think about that. That's the whole point of Instant Read when it comes to games I grew up on because it absolutely just dominate players that already said, counting Mr. San as well. So the Egyptian Soul Simplified if you know about Miss Hines, and Grandpa Soul of the Saiyan if you know about Goku of that father house. It went beyond the red and all the other colors. Great Saiyan haircut, even when he's dead. Can't conquer them. In Fighter Z Part 1 to the year 1, the Fighter Z, the standard, the year 1, and all, and I might get both. Go get it. When it comes to, it's one of the people that defied Grandma White on the movie and the game as well. You can't conquer me as a saying if you know about Vegeta, because he had a daughter as a can't conquer me. Princess of all Saiyans went beyond, saying, Gray Saiyan haircut went beyond all the haircuts, gold, blue, red, and whatever the other color was, orange. And then now, gray hair, you can't conquer me. Even as a saying, even with kind of the bottom for Grandma, what could have been for Grandma with bottom, if Miss White on Dragon Ball, the movie, and again, didn't F up. You didn't know how good you had it. Of a saying as well. And dead. Thank you, indeed. Oh! So much for a plantar fasciitis. Conquer me. You're gonna cut up the Bioware too. Yeah, I'll show it again because the WoW and WoW Edition are working on that now as we speak. In the Bioware Street game that Tywin is going to most likely play Troy C. Mullins and by the women too, including August, so including the person they putting her on the game as a tribute because she died on Christmas Day. 88ish. I think she was dealing with 2 cardiac issues, but it wasn't cancer. It was something else. She wasn't smoking though. It was something else. I found out about that. I'm about to show you the information. But she has the most wins. Far as the most majors, I'm about to show you who has the most. But far as the part 1 or someone close to major, you know, they had the most. Far as the done, I'm about to show you that in a minute. I think you're gonna be all inspired about this and the challenge. I thought games I grew because more than just reality when it comes to the data of certain games as well, and kind of the production when it comes to consoles as well. Counting second, cannot believe second did not get the game of the year and game of the decade and century. For Sean, come on now, you know Jim Carrey is gonna be in the Sonic movies until they get to the part 5 game, potentially the movie if it goes beyond it, and it's gonna get a 10 out of 10 because he's playing in the Shadow of the Hedgehog movie, define my personality, and including the one that defines me in the movie, Metal Sonic. If you know about those avatars on, because I got those because of the personality. I know what it takes to fight both. Didn't get game there. That was unfair. And knowing they're working on Shenmue 4, 5, and 6 as well, and you didn't even mention Con.into for a game of the year. And if they did, just mention Dead on Line 5 because they're just going to get a 10 out, and over a 10 and a half, over 10 because different games still, if you know about the top tier games still in every city. Because define Walton Watts the web, and then if you know what I'm being Messiah, I've defined really. The song defines the name very well. Want to watch the web? She's already a weapon. And fastest man, them hands. I tell you, that's the what happened. Homegrown girls. When it comes to fetch, she know how to, because she's already a cougar. Honestly, yeah. Cause brunette, and I know what takes that, but she's very intimidating. She has no trouble pass. I do when it comes to this. I want to, if I know what it translated, I might hurt you when they come. Punch, yeah, make you burn. Want to also not of a ninja, but as a samurai as well. She's already all 3 of these things, but she's not in the way for both. But she defies one style as a fighter only. And I give her hella props when she gets Ninja Gaiden beat the trilogy for part 4 Mortals Edition. Even when it comes on to Zaku, Guy, both teachers, and Abuki, most like her mains, and Kimura, if you know about the K in my name, on the Watch the Way, when it come down to parry, breaking the rules right out of parry, you don't learn like a ninja. If you know about the memory of repairs issue, you don't do that, and we break it with the punch. Or if you know about guys, you don't learn either on sex and Officer Street April 5th. You don't learn. The glory days continue when it comes in. If that game gets a game in the century because no one getting there, ask Diego, ask any of the guys, ask Still Dead, ask Knuckle Dude, ask any of the guys, ask any of the account myself. But know about the one, we know that's different class, but still the same frame when it comes to we know what it takes to humble the players that are in the no one game because odds are things you don't do when it comes to rock you like a hurricane when you do. And if you do that right, morons and simpletons when it comes to my friend, Mr. Son, rating 4 overgame and what they're going to call the rating 6 game is not because it's going to be a different term. If you know about UFO, the reckless cut when it come down to rage quitting. Because you keep doing that, them player points going to go down quick, fast, and it was a endless battle, endless 20. If anybody is down, we'll count all the guys from all signs, including Scorpios, Soldier, and all 5, Soldier. Because they expect that rage, because the reason why a lot of people hate the guy because of the intimidation of the things you don't do. Rock you like a hurricane. And same with Luke, and the 5 member of a South Park when it comes to the creator of tribute to the Tom New York PlayStation whenever Rock you right when it comes to Chun-Li too. Double Flash with Luke and Chun-Li, and most likely E Honda as well of my person. Bigger gal, because Hercules, if you know about The Rock and Dover Hercules, he's cooking. He just started his own alcohol place business a while ago. Not the only thing he already had, just that he tried to hire more people. He's plays for one of my favorite teams in the league, the Pelicans, because he got traded. And it worked out for Portland. It was able to get 2 very good draft picks. One was an undrafted player, though. It worked out for the Pelicans. One was a draft spot, but it had to be, and he reminds me of Penguin Isaac, but he knows how to score and dunk the basketball, though. And use the upper roll because his vertical was 50. For Penguin, he's the same vertical as Skip Bayless, 28 inches. Hater edition. Because he wants that one. You don't want this one when it comes to a fighter, so because I know how to kick your face in. That was ultimate destruction if I know about Gwen 10 and Ben 10. bastards, and then walk away. Cause I fully backed up, but I didn't fully hold this for me, and then walk away. That's the whole point of physical when it comes to sport. Because technical and fight with ones. If I get the technical, I sit right on that. If you know about Coach Carter, that's easy. I sit right on it and stand right there. I serve it. Unlike that dude that's fighting until you leave the gymnasium, same way you do it in the NBA. An injection and a suspension. And if I know about James Edward Scissor, I will hammer your head, boy, with my feet on your neck. Look at you, long horse. Edward Scissorhands and Johnny Depp moment. Jack Sparrow, wench in there of a boy that's on the baseball team. And ever that is a Green Bay Packers fan, sucks to be you because they're going to be in a rebuild. Aaron's running because he's on the wrong side of age. And he is dealing with honest injury compared to what Lamar's dealing with. Because doing what I'm doing to James' friend, whether his name is on the baseball, that was easy destruction. He's 200 pounds himself with ease. Crying to your mom, crying to your dad. And he's like, you don't got no kids. Damn. All right, give me a second. All right, I'm back, y'all. Anyways. All right, I'm back. Just had family was in the house. But anyways, it's the reason why age and I'm going to come on the injuries and everything else, especially with the multiple anyway. Here we go. They're dead. If I know about Miss Mullins. Oh, absolutely crushed it. They're dead. Conquer me. More than a game reality. That's the whole point of these our games came in the air when it comes to games I grew up on because the movies told you. The movies. When it comes to life protesters, especially when it comes to surviving at that. Conquer me. More than a game. Height was, weight was, and then if you know what about mental health, mental-less, injureless. Even when you have your only injury that derailed your career, injureless, like it never happened. I'm going back on, Mom.
Shut up. You don't even got a reason to bark right now. No, you can't.
Oh my god.
Watch party at my place tonight? Grab us that. Robbins next to Jackson. There goes Crochet in motion. Jackson.
Man, 2024.
Throws on the run, looking in zone.
In NFL to double standard.
Touchdown, Baltimore. Third touchdown of the season for Mark Andrews. He's able to do. Over 200 yards rushing are the Ravens in the ball game for the time this season.
Evolution of black doors over the con all the way for the change to the ball in the NFL these days and the WFL as well. Reason why he's getting $500 million guaranteed. The insurance policy, and the reason why Skip Bayless shorts up those 2 cents where you put it in the first place. Say, I just Skip Bayless, you know what, being on the NFL getting the hater edition, and when you give credit where credit is due. You already know who his agent was. You're gonna have a new agent though.
Cleveland for 28 minutes. Control. And now Jackson and the Ravens. He puts it in. And it's pulled down. What a catch. Andrews again.
Evolution of the door track when it comes to running and passing continues. If you know about Justin Fields and potential on out of Alabama for next year's draft. Because heavyweight door track quarterback 170 pounds, not the 160 total. You can't tell me nothing. A lot of people agree when it comes to money, but when it comes to $500 million, we earned that. Well, your help. I think credit is due. Give him my respect. But a lot of people don't these days. All Madden moment, all 2K moment. That's why he's on the Madden 2024 and NFL to a double standard. $550 million guaranteed insurance policy. Once he gets in the air, because you already know who his agent was. Going to this year, continues to dominate as a runner and passer. So we got a lot of sports critics when it comes when it comes to this, man. Honestly, saying he's not a passer. Keep forgetting he is a passer. A lot of people, y'all just some haters, man. Bias. And put words in that man when it comes to the media. So you have to be careful talking to the media these days. You can't skip it if you know about media. Could he put his 2 cents where he sure should have left it alone? Oh, I conquered that man. Skip Bayless on NFL 2K, the hater edition, because he's just a safety, regular safety. I know how to hit stick that man. Oh, man, so much for trying to hit me. Oh, I know about that nickname in boxing as well, because Shannon Sharp gets swayed by me and Skip Bayless as well. Hater edition. Put Skip Bayless in the skates. Here we go. Into Mr. Song as well as Chun-Li. You don't learn. WFL moment.
Kai.
Just watch his scope freezing. Just watch Carlos Dunlap right there. His eyes are right here, and he never feels. And once he does, he's just not quick enough or fast enough to chase down Lamar Jackson. And they talk about a tough tackle in the open field. Look at that spin movement. I want to have one of my own someday. You see, look, he doesn't space all the way to the corner. He gets an BI sideline, and this right here, exploding over two really good athletes. And
Wallace.
also Carl Anthony Towns. Robinson tapped it out to Knox.
Some patience, some strength. Kevin Knox looks like he's got to go out. Mr. Williamson says, let me show you.
High score this football win 2K is back as well.
The nice dribble. Going straight to the rack. Power play. You see the gamble by Temple, and he set his boy up for failure.
You know about Henny with that. High school slam dunk champion. College and high school. In NBA 3-time slam dunk champion. And first since J.R. Smith. This is why LeBron is not in it now, but he has to do it. Commissioner already told him to do it. You're going to be doing my job. I don't know the great hours. Otherwise, he calls you out the P word and the PSS word and the PUNK word. And how to conquer LeBron. NBA 2K, by the way, to Wild and Wild Wide edition. And hurting feelings and psyches edition. When it comes to that in terms, you can't tell me nothing. NBA 2K donor edition. Nothing to get put out for. You put me out when I do something tragic, which is blood on my hands. You're gonna put some out over a blood bank, please. That was just stupid to put me out to out of desperation. Things are not going your way.
A few moments later.
and multi-talented. I thank my father for that. And what Craig said, told the wife, don't take credit for nothing that he's done. He takes credit from me, not you. Mm.
Which he's coming at you at the speed with which he attacks this weapon. They have been trailing, but a tight window to get through multiple guys, and then nobody. And this is probably smart. The screen, the split of the two defensive players.
Defense primarily in Oklahoma City, but a start with the Lakers. Ea up high and smashes it down. Bringing the fight to the Lakers on a 10-2 run, led by Zion. Now it looked like he jumped out of the mezzanine to dump this ball. That's sending it down with some power.
Look at the 2K game and Ballware game, button edition. Monster vertical at that. And that's me and Oda Dunn have the same vertical. And Oda Dunn, if you know about that side, where he's above me by 1 inch vertical to 61, because 5 foot 11 and 3/4 inches and 5 foot 11 and playing one of my last physical. 5 foot 11 and a quarter, 166 pounds, went from 6 percent body fat, 35% body fat. Evolution of the kind of winner and Donald included his master in transition to another flag. Header abduction. Boom, addition.
How about this play by LeBron James? Great recognition, great awareness, a tremendous God-given shoot through the air.
Slayer addition for basketball and ball. When you're in that restrict, that's 3 seconds. Put you on posters.
16 seconds left.
Really thirsty. I love that. I love that.
Put it in James's friend's face. Edward Scissorhands and Jack Sparrow and Monkey D. Luffy moments. These ain't don't got no kids. Because I asked Tola to see the dual slender guy. I definitely get my money's worth because he had money as they were paying him as a teacher and a coach and a golf caddy. He does all three. Probably one of the best gym teachers I had since ones I had at Chesapeake and Middle River. And Coach got it if I know about H. Flower at summer camp. If you know about that black model Roger. Got that shirt on the certificate. Cannot be Tim McCon, the injuries. There goes Cradle's son and Wild and Wild, if you know about Odyssey. When it comes to blocking runs, blocking shots, and doing it all. And then to fight to 100. Fight to go on to that saying, you don't learn the way a game. The show should have called. He was in the restrictor outside of the blocking foul. Hayes homeboy would tell him, I said, why you enter it, you know, your homeboy God gonna put you on a poster. And that's with every height class and weight class. And then look you in the fake taunt issue. You know, by way into a taunt, I back it up. I mean, I back it up better than most. And if you know about the 2 game ball with next gen stats, sponsored by Amazon, the top tier body washes. And Amazon, when it comes down to driving both field, don't think of a dragon. If you know about breed from Shima that monsters for an accolade to that project very well. And Ninja Gaiden. Did a taunt after I bagged up scoring at the backboard. Kobe Bryant moment as well. Yeah, Henny's upset, and I put it over you and your homeboy. Why? And yourself too, like started with Gwen 10. Nowhere to go. That's the point. It's like a creative and innovative reality. Off the field like a Sam, like a hero, like a villain. Marvel, Warner Brothers, and SIE. You will not see the end of this day off the free throw line. And like a dragon, if you know about She-Man. No. Physicality, just when it comes to we're kind of elbowing you, and I did that beyond non-intent, evil intent. If I know about evil, bloody. So bad. Give it to me, I got this. Cause Henny don't learn like low with authority, like Wonder Woman 1994. Or going on that movie that comes out next year. Just put a lot of movies on hold because of delays because of Warner Brothers and Marvel and their reasons in the pandemic. But yeah, I know about She-Hulk and Bruce. All of them were kind of blocking shots into second and third stands. The crank, like, sure, if you know about that person on the show in the movie, you know about that girl, honestly. attorney at law.
Haynes gets in the paint, finishes. Johnson can't get it to go.
Picture, I got this.
Pushing it up the floor, finds James.
Like Bruce, you don't mind.
Getting the basketball, pursuing it.
NBA 2K20 Contact Edition. If you know about AN1s and continuation, if you know about the sponsor for AN1 and underarm. We must protect this hull. Any kind of injuries. I'm looking Ron's going to get that sponsor because of that play dealing with a string. Tell me nothing. You already know who his agent was. But yeah, got a better agent now. And if I'm this offense, I do that job better. 30-year-old offense, no degree. I know how to use his strengths to advance in the kind of running and passing. Ask Jeff Shannon, who's about to get a 10-year deal. Family Day is called come on with Mr. Big Johnson. Not the Rooney rule no more. Now they got the quarterback in the future next year draft. Just Saturday rule. The new era continues. Even kind of offensive coordinator 30 years, so you can't tell me nothing. NBA 2 and by the way, hurting psyches, hurting feelings addition when it comes to getting in my business, when it comes to money. See your way out of it. Yeah, if I know about that. That's done. See your way out of it. You're being too nosy these days.
Jill, hey, look for me. Slow, and then hits the gas, throws it down. What a dime by Hill, and LeBron looking like he's 23.
No, I don't hush 20, but I know about that game there from Sony.
That's a great decision by LeBron. He gave it up early. Transition as Avery gives it to LeBron, who gives it right away to Danny Green, who, wow, just throw it up. Let LeBron do the rest, and do the rest. He does, just flushes it in the crowd. Oh, boy, they love seeing it. And it's claimed by...
No about Grand Trail, like a Shelby Cobra.
Thank you. What did I get you? The food. Oh! Oh! No worries. No worries.
A great play, recognition.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite teams in the league.
Throwing the ball up, the beautiful. When the Lakers are at their best, the lack of shooting.
And Patrick Beverly know about him. Here's a Queen Bay pass. No match because he came and dunked it, but he can't even score that role player edition. But nobody passing the ball, and it's going to continue to stay that way. But he wants to get physical. You don't want that smoke. They kind of rock around. Baltimore Street. And if I know about Josh Allen Street, or if you know about the Bells, that street, named after him.
Davis has been in the breakaway. LeBron, flush me one.
I tell you, brother, I got this. Like Jack and the Beanstalk, the Fudge Hollow. That's the whole point of the nicknames and middle names. Kamal Warner Brothers. And more than just a game. The movies. We got haters because we got double letters in all parts of our name. Our names do mean, it don't mean nothing when you're one religion though. Exactly. Yeah. Right in Henry said, if I know about she attorney at law, if I know about Jason as well. Friday the 13th, the sequel. The movie, the sequel. If you know about match 3 puzzle games, yeah. Same with Michael Myers. Still kills on both consoles when it comes to Konami cards and Call of Duty, if you know about Forrest Gump's archive. Here's his face last night. Soldier. Because too much psychic when it comes to Call of Duty. But Forrest Gump does. Soldier. Like Luke and Tom Hanks the second. I know what it takes to be Ronald Hutchinson and Hans. That's all Penguin is, and that's all Cyrus got, because Ben 10 Glenn got this. Crowd favorite edition. What I used to do, heck, that's a lot of reason why a lot of people got haters when it comes to friends and family. The friends are not family, friends are true friends if you go back to your school days, even rehab days. Family is true family if you know the difference.
He sure did.
Hurting Psyche's edition. Mr. Son knows about this with Gwen, because he got the Cyrus facial figure.
Look at this hustle by LeBron. I mean, just beating everybody down the court. Great pass right there.
Coast to coast. And when it comes to having plants off it, like I'm doing that so bad. Walk sweet footed like pushing like an Asian. But his in Hans chain so bad. You know about Grandma Cat as well. Both of them walk smooth footed. I saw Grandma Cat walks. By winning 2K Falls, the job down right here, thanks to my phone. Mom was honestly Sportcaster Edition. Graphic Arts Edition.
Enjoy this with some rim damage.
I size up Henny Holliday and Penguin's like, oh no! At CCBC and Penguin and Capcom like every time. Hurting Psyche Edition. Hurting Intelligence Edition. Take that, Mr. Son. Take that. Penguin CCBC and James Frank. Monkey Luffy on the other end. Off of pills at CCBC. No kid for you. Monkey D. Luffy moment. Change direction. Mr. Sharp. Crushed it over that Zeus that played football. You don't learn. Hater Edition. Change of direction. Unguardable, if you know about Zon. And y'all's aka agreement with my personal alien resurrection. And Henry will say, how did he beat you down? Could change the direction. And your Henry will say, well, your homeboy count is good, but you're not. You're a second rate player. Stay in that restricted area. So blocking foul. If I know about the high school edition too. Sorry, Mr. Son. Like Gohan and Harry Potter and the Cursed Third. If I know about Hermione with Malfoy. And if I know about takeovers in the street in the 8-bit games in Cincinnati, if I know about drives and blow spawns in my own zone, Mr. Son, what could have been for Bruce Leroy's daughter and son if he didn't die from COVID, and Bruce Leroy himself, LA, California.
Shaker here.
Playing without the basketball, James can play with it or without it. Getting the job done. Good pass from JR.
That means a triple-double coming from Ron.
With all weight classes, if you know about their boyfriend from this year, part 1 weighted 170 pounds, 5'11" on the dot, because he's 5'10" and a half. I'm 5'11" the queen. The evolution of the kind of running continues to evolve in all sports. Even the kind of mentalist, heightless, weightless, injuries, and is your only injury or injuries if you never tore anything so bad.
Forward, had to go down and dig out the 50-50 ball. And then LeBron James was a Statue of Liberty.
Got a tell for that one, so multiple. I would tell for that one, so most I'll have those images on that spot because our new indicated into that. Phil Spencer the second, Bill Gates and Major Nelson, and Phil Spencer Jr. You want the smoke? Oh, you don't want this one. I have all the smoke. I know how to conquer you. And then he's gonna win, and James Ray had no chance. Phil don't think. Nope, you know about that player from Toronto. Toronto's all-time assist leader. When you're a fire sign playing with in the study water sign, mental or not, or what they call Millennium edition, mental health edition, and players. Got how to take it out in wrestling as well. Strange rules in more games. You know about girl making the standard games in the buzzer. Look at Penguin as well. In Salt Lakes as well. Coach Carl called that timeout for you because he was running away past the ball. Then Mr. Son Penguin at CCBC. And Mr. Sonic, whether he's doing on Sonic because a role player. Too much psyche like Jimmy Butler. He's like, he don't have no title. I do though. Like he's going with it if you know about Giannis. That has social media. He's gonna smell it. Alien Isolation Resurrection in movies years later when it comes to age. So much for injuring my left foot while I do it. I'm playing damage is done. I walk and run a lot, even kind of get my knees and want to, well, turns it, do it alone. For most postseason points, I think he is the all-time leader. I think Coach Brown's fourth on that list. He just passed from a long time ago, but he's still the all-time leader as far as the guards for most postseason points in All-Star when Coach Brown surpassed him in 2014 All-Star game. Well, the GOAT Chamberlain, you know about him putting that physical frame on the line. Well, the GOAT, one of the few players that had 50 points in the NBA and WNBA merger. 50, 40, one of the few players. That's why if you know about that person that came up with flags. Told you. I'll put Draymond Green on a poster, trust me. I'll go right by that Taurus, trust me. He looks like he's 50, because of no kids for him. Second round pick for a reason. Hater edition, honorable mention. Boom! Mr. Green. Spread eagle years later. Then watch in your hands, man. I slam you do that. Now so you're only 230. I'm 170. Think about that. Up in thunder.
No problem trying to get back on defense. Coming down the floor right now. All the bowler pins fall down. And LeBron James throws the strike down.
Ken Ryan's Buffett surpassed him for most 3,000 point seasons. Tied with Ron MJ currently.
Getting that house we told you guys about.
You're buying a house?
Yeah, so just get VA loan guarantees.
Yeah, no money down.
Well, my office gives us rebates.
But that's cool.
I'd like to smell my beard after a real good meal. Dude, you don't need to get that personal to get the State Farm personal price plan. It just helps you create an affordable price. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
It could have been for Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne don't. Like Bruce Wayne, his daughter, and other son that's still in his middle son just died. The one first son died from car accident. What could have been if he was around first Asian Batman, and almost like his daughter been in basketball too. He made the NBA 2K24 10-5 game because of the dude that set the standard in all sports, including Patrick Mahomes the second. And 2020 and 2022 MVP edition. Put it right on Penguin and put it right on James' friend as well. Edward said it in Monkey D. Wilfrey moment in Jackson. That's all Penguin is. Made him look, you don't want that smoke. I know about Evil Reed. And when I'm putting about his evil intentions, I know about that name in boxing as well. Know your place when it comes to trying to test me in a fight.
Switch to Verizon for just $25. The line guaranteed for 3 years. The savings that last on the network you want. Verizon.
Shannon Lee and Bruce Brewer, you don't learn. There's other son that's still alive as well. My son. And Big 2 getting by with takeover edition. The look game that started at the street game, the 8-bit game takeovers. Overchanges running if you know about Jack Sparrow and Edward Scissorhands, if you know about that cosplay. Can I go watch over James Fred on the baseball team? Yeah. He don't got no kids. Sign you don't see on this other sign overfield, and he's the number one far is being toxic just cause. Bruce Roy and Shannon was hammering it home. It could have been for Tupac as well. And my homeboy that plays that division, Long and Mr. Con. Like Bison, legendary dictator when it comes to conquering the worst match and the best matchups. Duncan Clinton with the orthodox. We were doing with my hands on the offhand. Monkey D. Luffy moment to that dude. It's easy. We don't learn. I'm Russell Crowe. I'm a Zen if you know about that show. You must go know about the movie Gladiator, the sequel in trilogy. The age nothing but a number when it comes to living to 100 plus years old, especially 2 centuries old, pushing the songs. Still going ahead because I outlive you, but I take care of my body with no ACLs. I get them removed or use Icy Hot or Milton with Icy Hot, FDA approved stuff. You don't want a broken finger at that. Shannon William Bruce Wayne Tupac takes up and accelerates. As though playing your hometown. Shannon Louis and Bruce Wayne on a rack attack. If I know about Michael B. Tom Clancy's the movie. Static Shock. You know about Clippers. Soldier. Creed 3, 4, and 5. What powers? Powers do exist. And Hills and Millions do exist for all studios, more than just game because yeah, if I know about Chun Li, I know about Tsunade. The agent would have come to having a booty at that. I used enhancer, I didn't use soaker enhancers. Well, your assistance. Ed was sitting over there, could have been an and one, because James Friend don't learn. Because physicality gonna get you hurt too in the NBA and the WNBA. But I know how to conquer it in real life too. You know why on and one as well. You must protect this house. After they paying you 10-year deals in all sports equipment to be on the sponsors. We must protect this house. On the Armor and one. Sports Authority and Dick's Sport Goods. Walmart and all other stores. I don't know who came up with the guy who don't come around do with your bar. Yeah, but he was one of the people that came up with it. It's no great nephew-in-law for the Thunder. An elevation. I know about Sasuke and Naruto so big. Naruto has 20, Sasuke has 23. Plant off head on my good for damage are so big. Injurious. And you don't burn. And Bruce, you don't burn. And if you know about Tupac, here we go. Dear mama. Oh! Hater abduction. Summer styles, I'm gonna come to California, huh? You know, come right from New Jersey, Mike Truck City, and Rockland City. That's true friends. Family's supposed to be just family, only true family. No difference between family and friends. Oh, the penguin like back over, you know, Mern and the foul. I followed brush of sugar and put it down where I jumped at so big. I converted it, didn't I? You know about this? Oh, yes, I did. Like Shannon and Bruce Lee, boy. Us. Even that, steal it from, put it over Henny. Like Naruto and Evil Ryu, evil intentions. If I know what Boston's mercies with him without more than a game reality. Good job. I got thanks to my father. I get credit from him. You don't take credit for anybody else but him. And Grandpa Hudson and deck. Must see what if you know about that 6'8", 6'9" guy that's been there for the longest. 13 all NBA Cup Hall of Fame, done putting people on posters all day long. I got this. Cause James Ferndola, Monkey D. Lutheran. One Piece, Burning Blood 4 and 5. Kaboom. Show you the monkey, young Monkey D. Lutheran. the real me without medications that really need. Oh, my brother know about sitting on clumsy edition when it comes to rocking one so bad. Bothers me just I got this good James Friend don't learn. Jack Sparrow moment, that was his head moment, Willy Wonka moment. You don't learn the Mad Hatter, you know, about Alice in Wonderland. Able to adjust. Sorry. Penguin like Robin. Native American wow. With my shoe on time without my shoes. Every quiet moment. Huh?
White Howard is Superman, and you know,
You ain't fudge, you know about that guy.
now Doc Rivers has his full complement of players.
You know about the dude from The Incredibles.
Knocking down a three-pointer and then checking
I go to this routine where he's doing shooting, coming the right moment. Chris Bosh. Oh. He had to retire because and he didn't get it from no family, just a trait. One of the greatest passes in Utah since John Stockton.
James gives right back. Behind the back. Beautiful dunk as he gets it to Derrick Rose.
Rose a great bowers of blue. Bowers of blue. Kiss from a rose.
I think even Dwight Howard was impressed. 6.5 remaining in this third quarter.
Like hypnotic. And now in soccer, I know what it takes to have the Renegade and the Sharagon. Oz and 2K and Ballware.
Oh my, can I just be here for one day? Just let me play like that for one day. Won the title, so...
Body fatigue when you win a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Yeah. Gotta go beyond Bruce, 12-time champion. Well, nobody ain't touching that money. I earned that. Don't take credit for that. I earned that. For the game I grew up, because reality movies too as well. Forbidden Memories. Master Duel, Link Evolution, Legacy of the Duelist. Pass. Oh. It was supposed to be a rabbit. If you know about his movie, it was true. Just chose to be in sports first. But rabbit was his plan B. And he had a plan C. I had multiple plans, but nobody's going to see your way out of that. Grandfather could. 13 all NBA. Like, Earth the Penguin. Like, rock, hoop, and sky with a plantar fasciitis. Plus, even with what was awe-inspiring. Curse of the Egyptian Indian, unfair. Like Shannon Lee is, wow, magnificent of loving know about Bill Russell. And he died from natural causes. No health issues at all, and he's going to heaven because he didn't commit nothing. No sins, no regrets. And somebody raised him right, Bill Russell, right?
He was able to release it on time. Only in an all-star game can you get 8 points and Yep, he got it off. Battling with Paul.
I got this. Sorry, Mr. Friend. I know you're in the way and you work at Starbucks. Came up short. Edwin Ice, if you know about to get some of this. Edwin has a say. And I know about Yami Murray. for me, 5 blocks. Almost a Kentucky double. Oh! Case move went to get him. But LeBron don't want to do it because we already know why. He don't want to switch hands. Likes to go in the river with a turbopads. If I know about Underworld as well, like in Vampire, if I know about that and know about Blade Soldier, Mr. Reigns in that movie, Samoan Dragon. Beat Mr. Prince down that court. Oh! That was with a playing to. Oh, I'm in that one. I call LeBron Bronze down a man. Like, and go hard. We all know why LeBron's not going to do it now, but he has to do it as part of his job, of my job out on the degree. Like I said, Dragon Ball Evolution, have more of it. The Grandma White didn't know how good she had it. Yeah, I think so. Should I say that thing?
There's times when you gotta look good and pose. And this is one of them. You're on the biggest stage.
Not just also the rookie and sophomore game. 18-year-old or not. It don't matter, no matter, they can't tell me nothing. Again.
What was a jumper? Here's Bryant, and he passes by Michael Jordan as the all-time scorer. This is what we talked about, Kobe Bryant.
Hall of Famer, not just for that franchise. Ring of Honor. Double Hall of Famer. The Mount Rushmore.
I don't think Thibodeau was kidding when he said he was going to play all the Miami guys for 40 minutes.
Give it to me, Brad. So, because Henny don't run. Yep. Merrick! Like, Pegasus. Boy. I thought Henny was he wasn't going to challenge. He can't block the shot. He's doing it with over torque only. The vertical is 29. Yeah, Merrick going, ow.
Look at the stats. Duncan is on pace for his most blocked shots ever in his career.
How about this dude, right? Uncle Drew in the movies, you know about Kyrie Paul as well. He switched to his offense because the school he went to is true. Likes to go sluggage. You know about Underworld the movie years later when it comes to evolution of age.
Tyson Chandler of the Knicks. Off the pass that was above the rim.
Thought they got some fabulous pieces back and Shopkins and was Joakim Noah?
For the kids and from Hawaii, if you know about that, say one of the smallest cities. Over Penguin, you don't learn like back up. Harry Potter more acrobatic made like Hermione. But Justin shot. Penguin has no chance. Got beat him down that court. Because Justin is a small one, is an Eagles shooter, and Penguin has no shot. Beat him down that court. Loser of a Green Bay Packers fan because the team is in a rebuild. Just embrace that. In denial. Sorry, Penguin. Law and Flynn like grandfather and Gohan. If you know about takes to be more saying that to himself. Oh, we might see that again and continue to see it. Off the free throw line. Intermediate free throw. Don't learn. Security way off. Resurrection. I'm only one saying I jumped with Kevin Durant. Anthony Giannis is so bad. Nerf or nothing. Evolved. In every sport. Like Zion, you don't learn. Like Jason, you don't learn. Give it to the brother. I got this. Cause hey, don't learn. Jack, and when it comes to that dunk too, could wound up and put it down. I love my job thanks to my father and nobody else that gave me that job. And nobody else. Or what Cradle said, don't take credit from my son's town because too much psyching. All about the movies in the game for that too. The one the wife want done the game because told him since you binge eat, you'll walk because you don't want to take care of yourself. Too many regrets. I know about Forrest Gump. I know about those braces. Over, honey. Oh no. Over Justin. How again? You know now you're an Eagles fan. You played the game, so you should know now. In reality, you should know now.
You come to appreciate a finer spirit. And when you drink.
Fooled Davis right there, because Davis thought he was going up on the left side here. Kind of just switched to his
Uncle
right.
Drew for me, Uncle Charlie. If I know about Team Delta, Uncle Nash. Same grass frame, you know, this is one of the same frame though. You know about Muhammad Ali, Kentucky. Well, cause it could have been if he was on basketball. Yeah, his current son was a light heavyweight because he jumped weight classes. He was middleweight. History and kind of racial discrimination. I'm so glad Biden passed that bill to get arrested when you say that N word too. He might consider that a racial slur if you're not careful. You know, it's not racial, it's just a regular slur. Watch that name now. He passed that bill 8 weeks ago on Newsbreak. Watch yourself. But you don't have to call the cops. They was that heard that word well. I didn't have to really do it. Speed dial too easy.
With 23 points here. We've got a lot of time left in this first half. He doesn't know how to take it easy.
I sure don't.
Thanks very much for your time. We're going to see you second half.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Mark.
All right, thank you.
That's the whole point of takeovers in wrestling, but when it comes to injury, they don't matter. But that's what they do say. Possession injuries, injuries, you're only injureless. So bad. Boy! You know about Pegasus playing that Millennium eye in his left eye? Boy. That never gets old. If I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! I get games original because a lot of people use the Zodia, which is one of the times I don't play that double digit one. I don't play them coming right. Insect, but Penny knows about that. Chaos Track, Obama, all the whole cards. You don't learn. Hell! Hermione moment. Put some English on it, lad. Absolutely J.G. With no hair, if I know about double hair, Hutchinson and Hodges. So bad. Hit my head on the backboard. Ouch. Lauren did with the scarf child abuse in the past. So bad, I'll get it stitched up. I care about my body.
Everybody in Miami is saying, hey, we used to see that every night on the regular basis.
Rare foul. Not too many whistles in all-star play. Westbrook. Hammers it home. Russell Westbrook will put up 41 points last season.
But it's to me. Timeout. If you know about the All-Star timeout, if you know about the Manning brothers in the Pro Bowl, Taco, he's just too good of a player. Especially when it comes to the ring on for the Hall of Fame too. For me, the brothers Silky, Nerf Hulk, timeout that time. So much. And he's homeboy. I said, why is he doing this to us? Because then he don't learn. At least you did call the time because you don't believe in calling timeouts. Still going to hater when it comes to Rick, because he will conquer him when it comes to a state to actually crunch that man. No him at the helmet though. He's trying to go to the donor. That's open by way to donor edition. It's more about the money because of injuries. And my older brother's so bad, I drank a lot of water on donor. And I can handle 2.5 gallons of water. And then above that's too much water. You just can't go to a donor bank if you taking too many medication that involve cardiac. And if it's not asthma or not, you can't do it. Just a hater. Can't put me out of the house for that. You put me out of the house when I commit murder or steal from a store. That's something to get put out for. Another difference. Anyhow, for something like that, that's just stupid out of desperation too.
State Farm's here to help. What if I want to change?
And if I know about the son and the daughter you about to her, see your way on when I'm doing it, you can't tell me nothing, can't stop me. You can't put me out for something stupid like
Like a
that.
good neighbor, State Farm is there.
They're not going your own way. Same way, girl, son, daughter. Oh, my person, see your way out of it. Mind it, know your place. He's not gonna want to get it down because we kind of people being nosy. Passing it and then rocking his routine. If I know about playing like Jason and Michael Myers on both kinds, still kills it when it comes to rocking and blocking shots. Over Penguin. 80-foot shot. Guard that. Not even one hand, I shot it with both hands. Sorry. Snug into James's friend. Overrated now, oh man. In day 2K19. Oh, like I was saying. To the Raptors, if you know about that team. Steve Hard just asked a question about that last week and I asked about it again. The expansion teams for sports. Duh. I know about the Las Vegas Aces team. It's going to be in the manager. Dave's going to be coaching both teams. Bryce Hart's going to be the GM. Bryce Hart's going to be the GM. Yami tags his daughter and I don't know what it takes him. Boy, again. Sorry. Ow! I know about NHRA speed for all. Max Schumacher or Dustin Soldier. I outlive you as a drinker. Oh! We got a lot of people that hate softballs because we put you on posters and vengeance dunks and revenge dunks. Sure should have got out of the way of that. Oh man, like Skip Bayless. Anybody that does drink and smoke. I just drink though. More revenge against reality. Want to swing dunk in my city? Yes, I did. High school, college. Undisputed GOAT follows the Hall of Fame ring of honor. If I know about my low at heart. Everybody's saying, a lot of parents say, please, my time.
LeBron James, unibrow AD. We used to see our own Isaiah Thomas doing that basketball in these All-Star games. That's right.
But so far, only 13. And we just saw a block shot. Kyle Lowry was turned back. James up in the
Might be an all-star game again for the Gators and kept Washington in the playoff race so far again. Just missed a lot of games along. With the Bulls on, he's going to be in the all-star game as well. One of the best, running $3.3 million. And he's starting to shoot it a little bit too. It's with Dallas, right? He's been a comeback story as well. Because the current coach took a chance on going back to the Kevin Wall of Young. I know about the Jordan shoes and LeBron shoes. I got the LeBron shoes. Thanks to one fan, and I know he's dead.
With the reverse, look at the head. Are you kidding me? 14th season and his head is
And
on
it
the rims. Almost
would have kind of you get,
assist on that play.
oh, Penguin. Over Penguin, cause I can shoot it. Would have kind of, and block your shot. Shut up. Doing it all.
The changing of the guard.
Positionless. Second. When it comes to being Nigerian too, I'm not that racist. If you know about your MB, hey, Jerry Hawk, Team Africa. Uncle Keith and Mossberg, hater edition. Because when I get to that run, it's unguarded. You ain't gonna be able to block that because you're 450 pounds. You know about Austin Powers. And I beat you down that court as well. I told him, man, when I get up, no murn. Even the Russian, belly to belly again.
Direction along the baseline. There's Curry off the fake. With the runner. Anytime you pump fake it to your teammate Thompson, everybody's going to go because they know Thompson can knock it down. The slow Euro floater from Steph. Now 5 seconds. Curry looking for the three. Curry double team.
So I got that All-Star game. That the All-Star game comes back in 2024-20 because the suspension's almost over. It might end early 20 because he started the suspension well. Fight the brother Silky with ease. From one dark side to another, one alien to another. Not the Joker, you might as well call him Dark Case Simmons Dark. Oh! I see Hut, old school Hut when it comes to Bardock. Like Brother Silky. Oh! For a threat. Ain't a rainbow either. If it's a British Nation, that is pure shitter. For a threat. That will never get old, even wrestling. Kentucky Wildcat, Team Dominican Republic. He lost his mom a while ago from cardiac issues. Good. Oh, Federal State Bulldogs. For me, this is going to smoke it. Slamming it home. It ain't nothing but another. Look on to being a drinker. I know how to take it to the head. For me, the yummy is. Over Penguin, like back go over Penguin CCB. Oh! Touch time. And if I know about Yami Yugi for a third with the offhand. You want the smoke, you want to get that smoke right through Nani as well, and Chun-Li with the good hand. Oh! Hater aggression. For a third. Over Penguin. Oh! And the foul. What a shot. Could Henny foul me just cause. Hater edition was really, you really got that cold for the 3 and the foul. The hallway 4-point play. When you're trying to guard me, like on as well. Boy! If you know about Yami, maybe because his daughter, boy! And the ball hit my head so bad. The hair was over here so bad. Raised the roof. Sasuke moment. When it comes to, he's already dunking and shitter though. Penguin's not a shooter at CCBC, but his team is not going to make the playoffs either. A rebuild. Two months already in the playoff race and about to win the division. Once my fully comes and was that and one and Under Armour race so big.
PlayStation Black Friday deals have arrived. Save big on Marvel.
127-102,
I'm getting sophomore, but it's called Team USA and Team World right now. Hopefully they get that in the women's too. Oh. The Bulldogs. Forrest Gump moment. Put Henny on skates. Oh no. Oh no. I called the paramedics. And that was with the knee brace on like Forrest Gump and fingertip on me. That's so bad. Yami Yugi oh! With the good hand. Stop playing with me as a softball like Flawless. And you be a hitter addition. Cause off the free throw line. It went around and put it down too at that. If I know about Hercules. Oh, Herm Edwards, memory. You played to win the game when it comes to reality too. That was slick. Indiana Hosers. Put Penguin on skates. Put on CC. You don't learn. Oh, when you're 5'2". Call the parent, man. You got your ankles broke. Oh, with the good hand. Sun Devils like Dante Nero. Arizona State. Sun Devils NBA 2K16. Sorry, Penguin. Oh, and Jason's friend, Lucky D. Luffy moment. Beyond atomic, immortal athleticism. Oh. If you know about that person from The Incredibles, that wears the visor. And if I know about Amazon Eve, that got older transgender monster jam. I know about her being in movies and being a model. Harriet Hall, and she's my weight class too, light, but one light heavyweight. 168, I'm 166. Monster jam. Ah! If you know about Barack Obama's college, and he's gonna be the owner of the Phoenix Suns fight, Illinois. A rookie and sophomore runner. To meet the grandfather, Hutchinson from Gohan to Bardock. 13 All NBA. For me, second and first team All NBA. Yeah, like brother, so he put it right over because it's for none. Yeah, Nerf or nothing. And you don't have to really jump with that vertical ass one. That's 99-inch vertical. He's using the longest strides. Boy, like Yami Pegasus, boy with the Millennium Mark. Like Yami American Yami Pegasus with the Millennium Eye in his good eye. Boy. Oh! I know about Lamar, he's an actor right now. And they just want to call that. I know that. I think they might have separated though. I don't know what they said. Oh, my brother's silky. Nerf or nothing. Oh, what's for dinner? I'm not gonna say because I know you don't play me saying it more than once. Like grandfather hugs. Timeout. Or substitution because it's just too good of a player when you're all NBA and all NBA defensive team. Put Henny on a post rookie and summer number 12.
It's time to surrender to him. Oh, Jesus, I feel a prophetic release right now. He said that I spared your life, my God, more than one time.
Yami Yugi and all
And he
that.
said you quickly forgot about the covenant you made, and you quickly forgot about who you were. And God is saying, right
Put
now,
Penguin on skates as easy. Oh, and put it down.
a circumstance. I don't see this is
And
just
Colin got your
financial.
ankles
This
broken. You
isn't
don't
just
want that
about
smoke.
finances, Lord. This is emotional.
Grandfather Hut.
This is
NBA
mental.
2K17 if he was there to see it.
I've been knocking at your
As a
door,
light bulb
but you
logs.
haven't opened it. And the Lord is saying, I'm not withholding.
Yeah, no ACL. This is the dude right here. No ACLs. Take him out. Pittsburgh Panthers.
The Lord says, I'm right here. You found me this time. Oh my God. And in this hour, this is a
Still
distinguishing
fun surgeries.
moment
Get
where
them took
God
him
is
out,
going
or
to
use ICI or
establish
milk
those
down ICI,
things that
or
the
get
Lord
insulin
said.
shots. Anybody don't want to get
People say
surgery? You
everybody's
breathe
a
your last
child of
breath on
God, but
this
that's
earth
not
if you know about
everyone.
God of War.
The Bible says those
Binge
who love me
eating,
obey my commandments. It also
and
says
you don't
my
want to get
children will be
surgery.
known by the fruits that they bear. There's so many scriptures where Jesus specifically identified those who are of God. And in order to be his child, we have to have his DNA. We have to be a reflection of him. And he gives us a Holy Spirit, a third of him, a piece of his
Okay,
spirit
sorry
to
about
help
that.
aid us in the
I'm sick under
process
my
and the
hands.
journey of transformation. The Lord is saying your focus has been on everything but me.
There's something about grief that I have not heard anybody talk about yet. And it could be because we don't want y'all to think that we're crazy, but I don't know if I care. I don't care anymore. So I am just going to say this. You are not the most open-minded person, and you are not looking to be this is probably a great place to exit. When my mom died, it felt like I was snatched into a new dimension. I don't say this with, I don't say this in a metaphorical sense. I say this literally, snatched into a new world. Not like a, oh, I miss her so much, I just can't believe this. No, like it actually feels like me, like the me inside of his body was snatched out of my life. And it's not even on some scary stuff either. I feel like my mom is alive in a different world, in a different timeline, in a different experience, and it like somewhere. And this is not like this whole thing of you're grieving, so your mom is going crazy. No, I can't explain it, but she does not feel finished. The moment that she passed away, and y'all know I talk about my mom passed away at 444, and I've been saying 444 for 4 months before she died every single day. I don't know if that has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm just gonna speak my truth because it is what it is. But I got in the car and me and my daughter left. As soon as I left the hospice center, everything looked different in the world. Not it felt different without you, Mom. No, like everything looked different. The roads looked different. The car looked different.